Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating contest for two teams. I mean, South Sydney got nothing to play for. A little bit of pride. Will they go after the game and really throw caution to the wind?
So they get first use of it. And it's Davey Muali who'll work it out here to be stopped by the Newcastle Knights running towards the southern end of Accor Stadium. Cook across here on this right-hand side where Kepi is stopped.
Let go now!
We see there Cam Murray just up over the advantage line. What a performance he had last week, Cam Murray. Well and truly up over 50 tackles as we see White taking on a short side. Really good signs early.
Now Duncan goes across the halfway line. Last play in this opening set for the Rabbitohs. Comes back to Hawkins, who puts it sweetly enough down to Kalen Ponga, who makes the catch at his own 10. He's got support back there in with a live wire Fletcher Sharp, who was a real speedster on the wing. Terrific last week. And that losing effort in Golden Point, boy, the drama at Shark Park last week. Quite remarkable as the Knights found a way to cough up what looked to be a win at various stages. Good carry there by Dylan Lucas back in the side, having missed a couple of weeks now with a hamstring strain. Saifidi at the back from Brayley. I'll keep it going to this right-hand side, where Leo Thompson is stopped here into Rabbitohs territory. So 45 out from the South Sydney line. It's Adam Elliott. Works it up there to be stopped by Cameron Murray. He's opposite number tonight. Last tackle for Newcastle. Comes back here for Cogger. Not a deep kick. Dane Gagai is there playing against his younger brother tonight in Jacob. And the Rabbitohs end up with possession. The Knights don't like to contest kicks, and perhaps what we've seen just there is why, because that wasn't much of an end to the set.
Yeah, really disappointing end to the set, and what was a pretty handy one, to be fair. I mean, their back five have done a terrific job most parts of the season, the Knights, getting them out of their own end. They needed to execute that kick properly. It was Cogger's first go.
Cook waits here at dummy half. New look halves combination for the Knights here tonight. Kalama-Tungi takes it across the halfway line. Second set for the Rabbitohs. On the attack now as Cook at a dummy half pushes away from a couple, where he'll play it still 35 metres out from the Newcastle line. It comes to this left-hand side where Kepi punches it forward. Set this left-hand side, Jack Whiten at first receiver, Hawkins on the right, and it's going to be Whiten who gets the chance here on the last play in attack. The kick out towards Sharp, tapped backwards there by the Rabbitohs. Tyrone Munro. Well, it looked like Munro tapped it backwards, but the call is knock on against Fletcher Sharp, and South Sydney will have 6 more plays.
Yeah, Fletcher Sharp just got a little perplexed look on his face there from live view. Where we're here in the stands, it looked like it did come off Sharp, or maybe it didn't. Nevertheless, referee, has been no challenge. South Sydney got their first real opportunity in this game.
It really must have been there was a touch from Munro onto the arm of Sharp and then towards the other end of the field as they work it from the scrum here. Here's Jai Gray, who is so quick across the turf. Good tackle there by Dane Gagai. Come back to the middle where Mawali will just work it towards the uprights. Options either side. They come back to White again, who grubbers early in the tackle count. Cleaned up here by Gagai. Now there's an issue. He runs over the top of Jai Gray. What a run there by Dane Gagai.
He was excellent last week, Dane Gagai, in some of his performances and what we have seen throughout his career. It epitomised what we just saw there. Now they give away a penalty. Jack Whiten trying to make it up as we see the replay box. Straight over the top of Jai Gray. It was an interesting decision from Whiten on play too. Their first real opportunity in this contest, and they give it away.
Front foot here, boys.
Now under the pump.
Wait!
Gagai with the tap as it comes his left-hand side. Just working the forwards through the middle. Saifidi will play it. 40 out from the Rabbitohs line. Elliott turns it back underneath. Leo Thompson charging hard. Good tackle underneath there by Mawali in particular. Now it's Cogger. Ponga does some light stepping over the top. A chance for Gagai. Comes back to Jack White, who makes a good tackle here, but they're deep inside the red zone. Now back to Thompson, short ball off his hip, put down there by Adam Elliott, and a chance for a counter-attack, or at least Keon Kalamatangi thought so. Adam O'Brien watches his side come up empty, first time inside the 20. And we get downstairs to Matt Russell.
Good evening, Warren, Corey, everyone watching, and it is a good evening here, more like late November than late August. It is still, it is warm. A big play early on from Dane Gagai. He and brother Jacob Gagai sharing an NRL field for the first time tonight, albeit on either sides of the field. Dane needs one try to go joint leading try scorer at Newcastle. Jacob leading the way for South Sydney, playing in a special jersey tonight, men. Member appreciation round for South Sydney. They gave their members a chance to vote on the elements they wanted in a jersey, and this is what they come up with.
We'll come up with 6 more plays here, or knock on there. Was there a touch? Surely there was a touch there by the Knights, and on the advice of the touch judge, having missed by the referee there, Chris Butler didn't see that touch, but it was an obvious one by the Knights. South will get the ball back here. There was the touch by Elliott, propelled forward.
It was really nice lead-up play from Cam Murray. Poked his nose through, got a quick play on the ball off the back of that. Cook was out and scheming. Kepi just trying to push it. There's a real view from what we've seen in the opening exchanges from the South Sydney Rabbitohs. As I mentioned earlier, they don't have anything to lose. They're happy to just throw a little caution to the wind, have a bit of fun this evening. We've already seen Jack White play 2 kick, trying to chase some points.
They begin this set from the halfway line. They've really struggled to score points in their last month or so. 4 straight losses coming into this game. The best score they put on is 16 over the past couple of weeks against the Storm and also the Tigers. Set restart here. He's going to be slumped to the ground, having played the ball. That'll be Mo Wali. Stopped here, 30 out from the Newcastle line. Bit of room to the right-hand side, which is what they explore here. Hawkins goes out to Gray, and now Fletcher Myers playing at centre. Spent a couple of games now on the wing, doing a nice job. Gets a chance in the centres tonight. Whiten comes out the back. Here is Milne, keeps it going to Munro. There's so much game time in 2024 with a collarbone problem. Got that ball away, but not before he was taken into touch.
Once again, Dane Gagai just heavily involved in this contest. Terrific matchup out on this left-hand side. Just keeps the momentum going along with Fletcher Sharp. Doesn't stop at all. He throws him into touch.
Just a touch there with that left arm on the ground before the ball came free from his right hand. So, chance wasted there by the Rabbitohs, going to a sideline and turning it over. The Knights will try and work it away from their end without incident, and they'll be helped once again by a penalty.
Mate, that's twice. It's so often that we see the teams in the lower scale as he gets another 10 metres for descent. Sean Kepi just frustrated. They come up with an error and they back it up with a penalty. Just inviting the Newcastle Knights back into their own end.
A bit to say there, Sean Kepi, cost his team 10 metres. In the eye of the referee, here is Thompson trying to play it, eventually does as Elliott puts it back underneath, and Saifiti takes it back into Rabbitohs territory. Brayley for Crossland, still there in the 7 jersey tonight. Good pass there from Ponga, who was hit as he released the ball. Play on the call, and now Kai Pearce-Paul stepping back to play it 30 away. Brayley comes out to Elliott. Murray just launched himself, the charging number 13. He goes out to that left-hand side. Crossland goes to the line. Gives it off to Kai Pearce-Paul once again. They're just outside the 10. One more tackle remaining here. Ponga at first receiver, looks across, just waits a kick. Awkward one to handle there. Well handled, though, by Jack Whiten, who brings it back and keeps it in Rabbitohs' hands.
It was great anticipation, wasn't it? As Munro now goes over the top defenders from Jack Whiten as he gets a quick play of the ball. Mawali now up over the 40. But really good signs from Kalen Ponga. It was going to go to Cogger before Ponga had injected himself in. Now Cook scheming.
Still dancing, losing the ball. He waved his arm saying there was a touch there by the Newcastle Knights, but it looked like it was just a simple error by Damien Cook, having worked his way into a bit of open space there and almost creating something on that far side of the field.
Damien Cook just getting out, having a look around, plenty of space, and just comes up with quite an uncharacteristic error for someone like him. I go back to Ponga the ball was going to go to Cogger before Ponga injected himself. Some really good signs.
They could go through sets at times in the last month or so in attack where he wouldn't touch the ball, Kalyn Ponga. And well, he asserted himself a couple of times against the Sharks last week in that ultimate golden point loss. And every time he did, something invariably happened off the back of it for the Knights. Elliott here. Punted through the middle. Good carry once again by Leo Thompson. All the way down to the edge of the 20. Crossland is out on the left. So was Ponga. Pierce Paul ends up with the ball here. And taken to ground once again by Murray with some help from Myers. Brayley feeds it back through Crossland. Elliott. Flat pass. Saifiti. Duncan was there sweating on him.
Nice.
Can't stop the ball though. Brayley takes them on. He'll go close. He's only a metre out when he's forced to play it there on the last. They're deep here. Ponga out the back. Set, restart. Gagai goes to Sharp. They don't need 6 more. They needed just the 1. Fletcher Sharp plants it down. He is electric on this right wing. And the combination there between Crossland and Ponga producing points.
Really nicely done here. Nice little short play, and we see in the Harvey Norman replay, Saifiti, beautiful late offload. Brayley went oh so close. It brought in the defenders, and off the back of that, look at the shape. They have a mismatch out on this right-hand side. Ponga does extremely well. Gagai off the right foot and finds Sharp. He's too quick. What a highlights package he's putting together in a short space of time. Sharp. It's been a sprightly start from Dane Gagai.
Just 2 weeks ago, this man, Fletcher Sharp, grabbed those 4 tries in the one game against the West Tigers when they won that one 34 points to 18. And he really worried the Sharks a number of times as well last week down there in the Shire. 7 tries now. That's the best that anybody has for the Newcastle Knights so far this season. I guess that talks a lot about what their attack hasn't been able to achieve this year.
It certainly does, but it gives you a great opportunity of what the future lies here for the Newcastle Knights. Been a huge rap on Fletcher Sharp and had to get him into the side, and we can see why. 7 tries in a short space of time. He's Ponga from the sideline.
Bending it back, it is good. Flags up for the Knights and Kalyn Ponga. 13 gone, they lead 6 points to 0.
What a start it's been for Fletcher Sharp, the 20-year-old, forced to play on a wing. He's a fullback, but showing himself in a team that includes Kalyn Ponga that he is a great finisher. Scored in his first 2 games against Melbourne, against Penrith no less. 4 tries against West Tigers in a win, and he's over again tonight. Signed for years, certainly part of Newcastle's future, Fletcher Sharp.
He's got great signs about where he is as a footballer, Fletcher Sharp. Kalyn Ponga started his career up there in the Cowboys on the wing, and we can see what sort of player he's turned into be.
Saifiti brings it out here for the Newcastle Knights. The 2024 NRL and NRLW Telstra Premiership Grand Final is on sale now. Be right here at Accor Stadium on Sunday the 6th of October. Grab your tickets at nrl.com/tickets. That's the Knights on their own 30 as Marju comes in for a carry. Quick play the ball. Don't need that. The Rabbitohs need to contain those tackled players a little better than they did just there. Otherwise, Ponga will just run riot. Here's Cogger kicking into the open space. Gray coming across after being run over the top of by Dane Gagai, who's there to help out the tacklers to stop Gray inside the 20. He's recovered from that moment earlier on, and now Munro brings it back here towards the Rabbitohs 30. Whiten at dummy half. It's Tane Milne pushing up. 15 short of the halfway line when he'll play it here. Off contract at the end of the season. Tane Milne One of those who played under Wayne Bennett back in 2021 as the Bunnies, of course, push their way towards the grand final. Murray at the halfway line. Last play here for South. It comes back to Whiten, who will kick out towards the wing. Sharp for a moment, thought about trying to reach for the sideline. There's a bit of bend on that kick, so he takes a catch, brings it back midfield to take them away from that sideline carry situation on play number 2. And now Marju has the job to bring it here within 20 of the halfway line. Lucas bouncing off one tackle, wrapped up there eventually by Fletcher Myers, pushing in from his right edge. Crossland in there at dummy half, giving Brayley a breather for the moment. Saifiti plays it here. Look at the Knights all pushing up through the middle. Good signs about how keen they are to just really assert their authority through that middle of the field. Gray took a chance there. Does well to stay in the field of play.
Yeah, just winning that field position at the moment. Newcastle Knights as Munro tries to get out of his own end. Plenty of momentum getting produced, particularly through that middle part of the field. Off the back of Marju, 23 runs last week. As they draw a penalty, they needed that. Quick tap.
Reprieve here to work it back into Newcastle territory with Hawkins and Whiten. Damien Cook having a chat about what they're going to work for here at the back end of this set when they get themselves down towards the 20. Might be there sooner rather than later as Hill throws a very sloppy pass there. Boy, that was a bit casual. Kepi playing it. Cook to Wali. They're back in the red zone, looking for a result, trailing by 6. We've had just on 16 minutes of action here. Murray to Whiten, out the back. Here's Gray to Milne. Strength right there. He was able to push through the tackle of Gagai, and he responds.
Tackle 3.
Nice hands out to the left edge. And off the back of the penalty given away by the Knights, the Rabbitohs reap a dividend.
It limited opportunities that we see down in this red zone. Jai Gray just comes up beautifully. It was a nice pass from Cam Murray. Goes nice and deep into the line, brings the defensive players of the Newcastle Knights up. And then the strength of Tane Milne, too strong. Gagai goes down low. He'll be disappointed with himself there, Dane. He's had a great start to this contest.
Once again, as Murray goes in behind Kepi, and then the timing through Whiten to Gray was very good. It was centimetre perfect there, and then Milne just too strong from close range. Has always been a big, strong body close to the line like that. And as I mentioned a couple of moments ago, off contract at the end of 2024, and with the new coach arriving, I guess everybody in these final few games of the season pushing their claims to say, hey, Wayne, I'd like a job for next year.
I got no doubt. Wayne has touched base with the majority of the squad in what he expects looking forward. Players playing for contracts. We've seen Tane Milne play in the back row also. He's got a bit of versatility in that area.
So Myers is the goal kicker elect here. A little bit of fade here. Terrific kick from out wide. They've got a ball game here. It's 6 apiece. The Newcastle Knights playing for their Premiership lives in 2024. And it was delicious, the timing again. The ball from Gray, who's been very good filling in for Latrell Mitchell in the number 1 jersey. He's a try scorer, but also a try creator, as we saw just there.
He's been very good, hasn't he, Jai Gray? The work from Cam Murray in the middle was what tied everyone up.
Stay on here.
Not quite midway through this opening half, and it's Kalen Ponga. Gets us back underway. The kick goes down to Whiten, who handed off for Kepi. He thought about things for a moment, then put the foot down a little as he came towards Frizzell and also Saifiti. Cook jumps out of dummy half. Well, on play number 2, the fact that there were no markers there, there'll be a red light flashing in the Newcastle coach's box.
He's got the run mentality, hasn't he, Damien Cook, this evening?
Talis Duncan has already dispensed with the headgear, started the game. Keeps his part of the bargain with his mum. Didn't take too long, barely 18 minutes gone, and he's
getting shorter and shorter.
That's enough of that, yeah. He used to wait until half-time. I think it might be only a matter of time before he says, I don't need it right from the get-go. But here they are, 35 metres out, set restart, and a chance to take the lead in this set. It is Duncan. He takes it down here, all the way to the 20. Huge opportunity for South Sydney. Right, just to wait for a slow delivery from dummy half. Goes through Hawkins, Kalamatangi, Gray on the outside there of Lucas. They would like that matchup. Gray taking the ground though, just inside the 10. Hawkins it is. Comes back to Mowali off the right foot. He puts Thompson and Brayley under some pressure there, and all the way down within 2 metres of the line. Good hands by Murray. Whiten off the left foot. Reaches out. More strength from this left edge of the Rabbitohs back line. Milne first up. Whiten on this occasion. And that was classic Jack Whiten.
Sensational hit back from South Sydney. And Jack Whiten has been good for him all season. Have a look at this. Comes out to the left-hand side, comes off his left foot in between Elliott and also Frizzell, and the strength to carry Cogger over. Slam the ball down. That is a terrific try. High pass out to Cam Murray. Just gives him early ball. Comes off the left foot. Loves the physicality of the game. Carries some defenders. And the willingness and intent, desire for Jack Whiten.
Well, he did that time and time again as a Canberra Raider. When the Raiders were in trouble in past seasons, he would just put them on his back various stages and just score a try just like that, where there didn't look to be a lot happening. But he's so big and strong. Wingspan of a 7'4" as well. And he reached out to plant it down and make it a 4-point lead. Myers with the kick once again over the black dot has the Rabbitohs just like that, leading here against Newcastle, still in the race for the top 8. It's the Rabbitohs who lead 12 points to 6.
Have a look at this vision. Such a good ball carrier, Jack Whiten, a star in the halves. And worth pointing out that both clubs tonight are using their 6th different halves combination. It's Whiten and Hawkins for the Rabbitohs. It's Cogger and Crossland for Newcastle. So much change at the scrum base for both clubs through 2024.
Just get us back underway again. We'll see what sort of job they do here on the early plays after what we saw on the previous restart, where on play number 2, Damien Cook just gapped them with nobody there at marker, and that got the set rolling. There was a set restart, and eventually they cracked pretty simply at their own end for back-to-back tries in the space of 3 minutes for South Sydney. The word you'd imagine would have gone down from the coach's box from Adam O'Brien. We need to end our efforts as far as these yardage sets for the Rabbitohs.
Yeah,
and
once
now
again, here we go. Cam Murray just getting a nice quick play of the ball. Leo Thompson not allowing it. And on play 4, giving away a penalty. Adam O'Brien, well, he can't believe what he's seeing here at the moment.
Well, this is a big test, as the coach knows, because the 2 tries the Rabbitohs have scored, one off a penalty, the other one off a set restart. Trying to make it a hat-trick here. Without Newcastle touching the ball apart from kickoff. Here are the Rabbitohs again. They'll begin 40 metres out from the Newcastle line. Duncan there under pressure from Cy Feedy, who is angling in, looking for a shot to try and force the ball loose maybe. As Duncan plays it for Cook. Through Murray, out to Kepi on that right-hand side. Still no changes in the forward rotation for the Rabbitohs. They're just outside the 20. Comes back through the middle. Here is Murray. Put the speed on there. Gets an offload away as well. Cook. And sum things up. Hawkins. Rubbers. Pressure there on Newcastle. Marju takes it dead.
It was a nice little touch there from Hawkins, but what about the performance that we're seeing from that man on screen, Cam Murray. He's been outstanding to start this contest off the back of what we saw last week. He quite simply threw his team on his back last week. Some of his numbers were out of this world. Such an asset to have a lock forward that can ball play, but also roll the sleeves up.
A short restart from Kalen Ponga, although not that short. It travelled almost 25 metres there. No chance for the outside backs to contest that for Newcastle. There's Mo Wali. Good tackle down low, made by Adam Elliott. Some help over the top there. Jack Hetherington out there now for Newcastle, as Hawkins has to reach for a pass this time from Cam Murray. He did well, the replacement halfback. They'll play it for Cook. Slowly at that, Murray sends towards the upright, set, restart, and now a penalty for more high contact from Newcastle.
Time's off.
Tyson Frizzell this time pinged right in front of the upright. Jack Hetherington having a bit to say.
Yeah, Hetherington and Kepi just having plenty to talk about. Nah, not much in that from Hetherington. On Cam Murray.
Did Frizzell a disservice there. It was Jack Hetherington, and in the head for Adam O'Brien. Well, chancing to make this an 8-point lead, but it looks like they're going to tap it and go for more as Mo Wali will work it here on top of the Newcastle line. Cool. Dummy half comes out to Kepi. And they're fanned out to the right-hand side. Whiten, though, they won't get a chance because he's put the ball down.
Plenty of chat going on in that circle between Hetherington and Kepi. You can't believe it. 89% possession over the last 10 minutes. They've had to defend off the back of their own doing, the Newcastle Knights, but they hold strong this time. An error to Kepi, who leaves all pressure. 15 minutes to go.
See if the Knights can just work it away here without incident. Just get themselves back into the arm wrestle, because the flow of possession is quite remarkable. 8 in a row, 8 sets in a row for South Sydney until that error there.
You flopped and you didn't hop out.
Get some help here. The penalty conceded by the Rabbitohs. It has been a trend so far in the game at either end of the field. Both teams guilty of holding the other team up the field pretty simply. Almost back here at the halfway line to begin this set. See what they've got here in the 14+ minutes. Before half-time, the game began promisingly for Newcastle. They look to be right on song. Plenty of enthusiasm about their attack. They've been found wanting inside their own end. And, well, that man there, that looks as might be all out of hope. Here's Crossland. Wasn't the most optimistic coach you've ever seen, was it? Here's a chance. And they work it down to inside the 20. Elliott will play it here. Brayley. The numbers stacked on this right-hand side. Hetherington helped the shoulder, and then back on the angle. Drilled there was Tyson Frizzell by Jack Whiten.
Well, I mentioned before, he loves the physicality. The try he scored was brutal. Well, this is even worse. Straight up under the ball of Tyson Frizzell, who winces on the ground. That's a great shot.
Cook dancing there with players called out by the referee for being either not square or at marker. Play on, though, for the moment. Hawkins comes back to the middle. Shaq Mitchell. 6th game in the NRL here tonight this season for the Rabbitohs, as Cook White. Don't know that he expected that. He thought either Duncan or Milne was going to end up with that one. It was a pretty good catch by Whiten in the end. He gets up and says, well, was that coming to me? I guess it was. The kick bounces up nicely. Probably moves it for a second bounce and then turns to give Sharp a chance down this right-hand side. Oh, he thought about trying his luck there against Jack Whiten, and then thought, if I go into touch here, the coach might spontaneously combust. So he came back to the middle. It's Marju.
So important for the Newcastle Knights with 12.5 minutes remaining. But they're just able to get an even share of possession, get the ball down the other end, get into the cycle of the game.
Marju again. And a goose step as he Brings it across the halfway line. 4 tackles gone in this set, and a knock on at dummy half.
Shot clock's on.
Jaden Brayley there. Well, no, it wasn't Brayley at all. It was just an awkward one from Marju, who was going sideways. Didn't like the attention he got from the Rabbitohs. Thought there should have been a whistle the other way.
Yeah, they're their own worst enemy at the moment, Newcastle Knights. They just cannot get out of their own end. Penalties, errors, inviting South Sydney into the contest. Defensively, they haven't looked where they need to be.
So the Rabbitohs have it here to begin this set, just on their own side of halfway. It comes from Jacob Gagai, playing on the opposite side of the field to his older brother, Dane, 33 years of age, Jacob, 28. He'll wait a long time until 2024 to get a chance to show what he can do in the NRL. Cook. Murray play the ball. White comes out the back to Gray. Has his luck there on Cogger. Bit of contact from Dane Gagai. As he was wrapping an arm. Whiten back to Murray. Big hands across. Lovely tip on there from Hawkins. Taking the ground and losing it was Koloamatangi. Boy, that was clever from Hawkins, the way he was able to tip it on with such accuracy. But then Koloamatangi puts it down.
It was a nice tackle from Lucas, who's been pretty good this season for the Newcastle Knights. Played in the back row, played a lot of centre. No Braddon best. Very handy footballer out there on the left edge. Had his hands full there with Koloamatangi.
The rush of points to South Sydney. The game has settled down somewhat in the last 5 to 7 minutes. Now it's Elliott stepping across the halfway line, who will play it quickly here. Brayley has Crossland going with him. Short ball. Good tackle, though, made by Dean Hawkins. That was a cracker. Ponga with his chipper in behind them. Coming forward, Jai Gray. Well, that is spectacular fullback play.
That's as good as you'll see. Jai Gray, small in stature, absolutely throws himself at the ball. It was a delicate kick from KP down the left-hand side. And that is brilliant. Coming across at speed had chasers coming down on him.
In flight, the way he attacked the ball, he was fair price to knock that on. Terrific hands. Now Murray comes to Whiten. Duncan. For the tackle there of Gagai. Did enough to take him to ground. And on the last here, they'll come to the short side where Whiten off the outside of the boot was tackled as he kicked, and he kicked it on the full into the seats.
And it's one of the experienced players. He got shot put on him from Jack Whiten only moments ago. This time Tyson Frizzell does enough, gets out, puts the effort there as the game, goes and puts some kick pressure on Jack Whiten. And comes up with a big play for his team. Play one on halfway. Just having a look at Kai Pearce-Paul, who's struggling in back play, struggling to put any sort of weight on his right ankle.
The Knights playing with only 12 in attack here at the moment, with Pearce-Paul some 30 metres behind the play. His night looks done. Cogger gives it off here as Brodie Jones takes it forward. They're just outside the 20. Here's Ponga, bypasses, Cogger takes them on himself, still going, taken down eventually there in a try saver by Mitchell. Brayley goes to Crossland, Lucas shrugs away from Myers, still going, spins, what a move! Dylan Lucas, with so much to do, had speed, prowess, skill, and a ballerina move at the end of it.
I like everything I see from Dylan Lucas. He's been terrific this season. Such versatility, plays in the back row. He's got good speed to play out in the centres, but Kalen Ponga takes on the line. First opportunity. Half fruit, generates some quick play the ball off the back of that. Crossland just one-on-one. Lucas, bang off the left foot, through some fatigue. Then the ballerina move, as you called it.
Beats the first tackle of Myers and Hawkins. Koloamatangi wrong-footed. Tom Burgess couldn't get to him. And then a full 360 to beat Jai Gray. There were some footy moves and smarts in that run from Dylan Lucas, who, as we mentioned earlier, has missed a couple of weeks with some hamstring tightness. They were cautious with him, given, of course, the drama not that long ago when Bradman Best returned from Origin football and suffered a fairly serious hamstring strain once again. And so Lucas on his return gives them a chance through Kalen Ponga to level things up here. Just on 33 gone in this first half. Bending it back, it's good. Flags up. We're locked up again here. It's 12 apiece.
Yeah, a little bit of possession back for the Newcastle Knights, and that man on screen just injected himself into the contest, and off the back of that, some good things come. And while Kalen Ponga was lining up for that kick at goal, Kai Pearce-Paul has made his way up through the tunnel. So there's been a change to Adam O'Brien's team.
Yeah, okay, remind me when it's
We'll keep an eye on what happens there.
Stay behind here.
Let's see what that reshuffle is on that left-hand side of the field. We've got Will Price on the bench tonight. Lucas could certainly shuffle in to play as the left edge forward, and Price find a spot out there on the left-hand side. The kickoff too close to the sideline. Sharp this time does get a foot across the sideline, and they'll take it all the way back to the halfway.
Well, they're trading blows. The two teams, Newcastle Knights, are their own worst enemy at different stages in the mid part of the game, and now Newcastle tap on the 30.
Crossland handed off here as they work it forward through Hetherington. Well, chance once again. As this game ebbs and flows, the Knights to retake the lead. Thompson, inside ball from Croker. The hash mark at the 20. Crossland taking them on with speed here as well. Beat one, couldn't beat the tackle there of Murray. Whaley searching, runs into a massive unit in Tom Burgess. There was nothing doing there for the dummy half. 4 plays gone. Ponga bypasses Ponga. Great hands, Gagai off the right foot. Dane Gagai off a pass that wasn't intended for him. Had hands of glue and a pretty good right foot step as well.
This is vintage Dane Gagai. Outstanding last week. Has been heavily involved in the opening exchanges. Have a look at this, out to the right-hand side. Goes across the face of Kalen Ponga. Ball drops on him late, picks it off his boot, off the right foot. That's a very, very good try, and they go back-to-back to Newcastle Knights. Out on the left edge with Lucas, that's brilliant. Then they come out to the right. Dane Gagai just off the right foot, hard and strong, through the tackle of Duncan. 16 points to 12, kick to come. He's got a different look about him now, Adam O'Brien.
He's up and about. He is up and about, most definitely now, the coach. So he joins Best, Mars, Ewan, Sharp with 7 tries at this point of the season. Does Dane Gagai, 16-12. He loves scoring against the Rabbitohs, his former club. He played 92 games as a Rabbitoh, did Dane Gagai over the course of 4 seasons. And now Ponga pushed them out by a converted try here within reach of half-time. Kick once again, a terrific one by the fullback. 3 converted tries to Newcastle. They have it lead here at 18 points to 12.
Dane Gagai, at 33 years of age, he's still playing good footy, isn't he? As you saw a moment ago, making it a 4-way go at the top of Newcastle's try-scoring ranks in 2024. The injury to Kai Pearce-Paul is a bad laceration on his lower leg. It means that Brodie Jones has gone into that left edge forward role, meaning that Dylan Lucas stays as a centre. Kai Pearce-Paul, it's confirmed, will not be back tonight.
Thank you for that, Matt.
Oh, no.
They have done it again. That one was even worse. Well, Fletcher Myers back-to-back. They've kicked it out again, and here come Newcastle again.
You wouldn't read about it only moments ago. Fletcher Myers had an incorrect restart, and he's backed it up. Well, that one's worse. He's not even in the field of play there. Important set of 6 here in the context of the game. 4 minutes to go.
Just game number 4 in the NRL for Fletcher Myers. Learning a hard lesson here potentially. Here is Thompson. Good carry there through the tackle of Cam Murray. And just like that, they're back within 10 metres of the Rabbitohs line. Set restart as well. Crossman for Ponga. Look to his left-hand side, comes back to the middle. Thompson keeps it going for Croker. White was underneath there, and they drag him down eventually, but only just. Brayley, short ball. Frizzell. Another player trying to spin his way to the line. Oh, boy. He's been left on the ground. A weight of bodies collided with him. The ball has come free, but the nature of the contact will bear some viewing here.
It's just that, is it Cam Murray just gets him with the bicep coming in to lock up the ball.
And he was held up here, and then Murray came in at the back end.
It's going to be a penalty. High contact from Cam.
And it will be, no question, a penalty. See if there was anything more to be added to it than that. The way he came in as 3rd or 4th man into the tackle there and still made contact with the head.
On report.
He's on report. And
Eye contact.
it won't be any more than that. That's, I've got to say,
Well,
that's a surprise given the drama in Auckland yesterday.
2 points. What was that last bit, sorry?
Direct contact to the
Tyson
bicep, low to moderate force was the wording given there. An opportunity here for the Newcastle Knights to.
I love how the bunker can judge the force in the tackle there. This man's going from the field. He's going to go for an HIA, and Cameron Murray for the Rabbitohs stays on the field. Contact there around about the jaw, and we know, in boxing circles, you get somebody flush on the jaw.
Hold on.
Well, have they changed their mind here? Well, this is incredible.
It's direct contact with moderate force. There's no mitigation, so you're going to go into the bin.
So second time around, the Bunkers had a rethink. Maybe somebody in the Bunkers
Come on, David, you know better than that.
not watching what happened with the Warriors last night.
I'm not sure how to comment around what we're seeing over the last couple of games. It's been mind-boggling.
It had to be a sin bin when you come in as late as Murray did, as far as 3rd or 4th man into the tackle. He's held up. He had anywhere from his boot laces to his shoulders to hit him, but he made contact directly with the head. It just had to be a sin bin. Why was that not obvious to the bunker first up, Corey?
I'm not sure, Warren.
Let's go down to you, Matt.
Yeah, staggering. We're in a hole in that regards, aren't we? Tyson Frizzell forced out of the game. It's a cat one, so he won't return. Both starting edge forwards for the Knights. Frizzell, Pearce-Paul out of the game.
Thank you for that, Matt. So a blow there on that left edge for the Newcastle Knights for the moment, though. 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Off the upright and goes in for 2 points for Newcastle. On the stroke of half-time, they push their lead out to 8. Kalen's all smiles. We'll find out who's all smiles on Wednesday night from 7 p.m. The Dark Prince of Australian boxing's royal family returns, Nikita Zoo. He puts his undefeated record on the line against Cohen Mazudia. You can order it now at mainevent.com.au. The Butcher back in the ring.
Come on.
20 points to 12. Let's see if they avoid the sideline. Yes, they do. And listen to the Bronx cheer for the Rabbitohs here. 2 out of 3 going into touch.
That's not bad, they reckon.
The full. That's what Meatloaf said.
Yes. Well, a challenging period here. It's been all the Newcastle Knights over the last 10 minutes. They've had a big swing in possession, nearly 80% going in the way of the Knights. It was 92 at one stage to the South Sydney Rabbitohs, coming up with 2 tries in that time. They've only just joined us. No Cam Murray, been put to the bin for high contact.
A real chance for Newcastle here. Kalen Ponga trying to really open the door through the middle of the field. He'll play at 25 metres out. Last play for Newcastle with huge metres in this set. Cogger's kick will come down short of the in-goal area. Gray goes to the air to make sure they can't drive him back into the in-goal as we go back downstairs to you, Matt.
Yeah, Sebastian Sewer, the 18th man for Newcastle, has been activated, the 18th or replacement player, because it's a dismissible act of foul play that forces Tyson Frizzell out of the game.
Thank you for that, Matt, as the ball comes free here. So reshuffle there. And Sebastian Sewer getting his first crack in the NRL as the activated 18th man. We'll see if he's needed at some stage. Face waiting on the sideline there. We've got seconds remaining with one more play in this opening half. Cook, one dummy half. It comes through the hands to Whiten, who's taken down there. Good tackle by Jack Cogger. And at half-time, it's the Knights back on top after they were wobbly through the middle of the first 40 minutes. At the break, up against 12 men at the moment, they lead 20 points to 12.
Yeah, Jack Whiten on screen there. He had a terrific first half. Created a try, a real powerful one, come up with some big hits. They'll need to be at the forefront if they are to make a comeback. 8 points behind in this contest. You just touched on the live ladder. Plenty to play for over the next coming weeks, but in particular, the next 40 minutes for this team, Newcastle.
And they get the ball to begin with in this second half. It's Thompson who brings it back. Some heavy contact there off the resumption. And he'll play it just outside the Knights' 10. Kalen Ponga, arms extended behind the play the ball. Watch this carry again. Came into range there. Whiten, Shaq Mitchell involved also along with Duncan. Now Marju out on this left-hand side of the field. Some strong carries from him. His own end in that first half. Hetherington pokes his nose through the line, gets a legs tackle there from Peter Mamazelis, who's out there to begin his second 40. Damien Cook remains on the field, so both dummy halves out there at the same time. Rabbitohs with only 12 on the paddock as Cogger kicks. Not that deep. Oh, late call there by Jai Gray to make a play at that. For a moment, it looked like he was going to let it bounce.
Well, he came up with a great play in that first half, Jai Gray, just attacking the ball, and very similar here. It was a terrific set as he grabs the ribs from the Newcastle Knights to start the opening contest. Went 60 metres, some nice intent, hard direct running. We heard from Dane Gagai a stroke at half-time, just talking about the fact that the South Sydney Rabbitohs are down to 12 men. Cam Murray in the bin, that they was really important that they just went hard and direct through the middle as opposed to going around them.
And here is Cook. As Mitchell it is who takes it across the halfway line. Chance to put Newcastle on their own line here at the back end of this set. The kick comes there from Dean Hawkins. Ponga will field it inside the 10. Chase here from the Rabbitohs. It needs to be, though, otherwise Ponga will be off and running. Grabbed there by Tallis Duncan. Fletcher Sharp comes in, and he is very, very sharp, although on this occasion he's put it down. Damien Cook stepping, and the Rabbitohs, huge opportunity here to close this gap. Still down to 12 for another almost 5 minutes of game time, though, as Mitchell works it inside the 10. Mamazelis there at dummy half with Cook playing as an extra ball player for the moment in the lock forward role. It's a very small look the Rabbitohs have with only 12 on the field through the middle. Here is Whiten off the left foot, scored one in the first half. He's gone close again. Mamazelis, Shaq Mitchell trying to spin his way in. He got across the line, but will be held up.
Yeah, play for Shaq Mitchell, just using his body to try and get under the post. It was good defence from Newcastle.
Come on, go, 4.
4 plays gone in this set. Comes out here to Fletcher Myers. Kicked out on the full from the kickoff twice in the first half. The Knights scored off both of them. Here's a chance.
Grounded.
There by Dylan Lucas. They'll force a goal line dropout and use up some time on the clock while Murray's missing in the sin bin.
It was a really nice play there from Hawkins. Not much happening with ball on the outside, comes off the left foot. This is where we see Shaq Mitchell just get held up under the sticks. And Hawkins just finds some space off the back of that. Drop out as Ponga goes short. Once again, a little
Deeper than you would like. It came off the back there, I think, of Dane Gagai, and then into touch. And correctly called, it will be Rabbitohs possession here. Ben Hornby getting a little animated up in the coach's box. He'll stay on deck next season as an assistant with Wayne Bennett. A little bump there, and then off the shoulder of Gagai. And the Rabbitohs in the middle of the field. Mitchell playing it. Now Duncan. Comes up here towards Matt Croker. All of this helps them as far as the sin bin timing is concerned. Cook through the hands of Hawkins. His right-hand side, Kalamatangi. Hit there by a three-man Newcastle tackle. Namazelis spins it back. Hawkins, and now Mitchell trying to spin once again. He's a big body. Pops it out the back. Play on. That was all okay. Whiten throws a massive dummy. Nobody falling for it, though. He's only a metre out, midway through this set. Comes back to Hawkins. Here is Jai Gray, steps on the inside there of Lucas, who, with the help of Crossman, wraps him up. So play the ball for Myers to find Hawkins, and Mamazelis, Cook for Whiten. Chance for Milne. Scored to get their first points of the game. Comes back to Tallis Duncan. Standing in the tackle there for a moment. They'll take him to ground. One more here for the Rabbitohs. Namazelis comes to Hawkins, who grubbers. Gray was chasing. So was Kalamatangi. They just dump it out the back. No chances taken there by Phoenix Crossman.
Yeah, nicely handled from the Newcastle Knights. Nice intercept once again from Hawkins. Just finding a little bit of space, getting a repeat set. All playing into the hands of South Sydney, while Cam Murray still serving a couple of minutes left of his 10 minutes in the bin. Ponga get this one right.
It's a bit of weight off this one. Fletcher Sharp is out there, but flying high above everybody was Tyrone Munro. Nice grab. Hands above his head right there. Get some attention from Dane Gagai. Teach the young bull some old tricks, will Dane. Bring it back towards the uprights. Milne just to the left of the post, playing it for Mamazelis. It comes to Cook. Out the back, Hawkins and Gray. Tipped on by Kalamatangi. Good hands there by Jacob Gagai. Wanted to score a try in the same game his brother did for the opposition to help his team back into this game. Hawkins now. Cook through the middle. Mitchell with the handoff. The running back crash ball there. Well handled though by Hetherington and co. What a great service there for Hawkins. Did very well. Whiten to Milne as it poised for an offload, and then the ball comes free straight to Leo Thompson. There's a chance for the Rabbitohs on that left-hand side. This will be ruled
no advantage.
On.
The first knock on is from South. No advantage. It's going to be a South.
It will be Newcastle end up with possession anyway.
Where do you want it, Caleb?
Yeah, both Dylan Lucas and Dane Gagai very strong to start the opening of this second half defensively. Coming up with a couple of really big plays. You see there Gagai, his strength before the ball was passed forward. They've done a pretty fair job, the South Sydney Rabbitohs, with only 12 minutes. Cam Murray just only moments away before coming back onto the field.
Back to the full complement now. 13 on 13. Murray is out there, part of the scrum formation for South Sydney as Munro tries to rip the ball away from Fletcher Sharp, and as the Knights work it away, we go downstairs to Matt Russell.
Ben Hornby will be frustrated by that at half-time. He said, we're beating ourselves, too many penalties, too many errors. As for Adam O'Brien, he said the ruck defence and timing was untidy. He felt the Knights were giving Damien Cook and Cam Murray too much opportunity. There is Tyson Frizzell, forced out of the game, HIA, but he's on the bench and okay. Not so good. Kai Pearce-Paul forced off with that really nasty leg laceration. He's off to hospital to get that cleaned up and stitched up.
So 2 players from their forward pack. Their run-on forward pack missing. Both edge forwards, both Frizzell and Pearce-Paul out of the game. Of course, as Crossland kicks here, midfield bomb. Gray will only just get there to make the catch ahead of Kalen Ponga. Again, an awkward one for the small fullback, but he does well to end up with possession for the Rabbitohs. Of course, Tyson Frizzell won't be available now for their clash next week against the Gold Coast Titans. They can go on with the job here in Newcastle and win this one, and they are still very much in the hunt for that 8th and final position in the top 8. Frizzell would possibly return till he passed the protocols for the round 27 game up there in Newcastle against the Dolphins.
Just keeping an eye on Jack White in the back plate, just getting attention from the trainer, what looks to be maybe a right AC.
We'll go into his side, he's missing for the moment. Here's Milne, up on the angle, stepping away from the sideline, taken down there at the 20. Hawkins will kick back towards the far corner. Munro is there, made a good catch, but was taken into touch.
Nice ball.
Jack White appealing for a call from the sideline official.
Really heavy contact from Kalen Ponga coming across as Munro was able to come down with the ball. Newcastle have been under assault in the opening 10 minutes, have held strong defensively. We heard from Matty Russell on the sideline. Adam O'Brien wanted that part of the game to really tighten up. 27 missed tackles in the first half was not acceptable.
Let's work it away from the sideline here after Brodie Jones was manhandled. Lucas will spin and play it. Midway through this set, this tackles the Rabbitohs inside Newcastle territory since the resumption, but still no change to our halftime scoreline. Here is Leo Thompson. Big game tonight. Here's Leo in excess of 100 metres running now with the ball. Still game time left as Cogger goes high to the air. Dane Gagai weaving in traffic, trying to come up with the ball. Didn't have it quite locked on the radar, and Tyrone Munro comes up with a grab there to work it away from the Rabbitohs 20. Milne here, down the short side. And again, not scoring first with Fletcher Sharp. Nicely worked move on the right-hand side, but then the Rabbitohs scored back-to-back tries. And Newcastle came with a brace just before half-time to take the lead to the break. Fletcher Sharp here. Back in Newcastle territory. Playing for Jai Gray. In fact, he marched back a couple of metres to play it on the spot. Gets a shove from Phoenix Crossland. Turns with one of his own. Boys are okay. Here's Cook. Murray. Just outside the 40. On the last tackle. And Zealous comes out to Whiten. Plenty of height in this kick. Cook, the only chaser really a chance there, and Ponga puts a step on him. They open the door for him, weaving in traffic, runs towards the tackle there of Jacob Gagai and brings it back almost to the halfway line.
Well, if you're going to put some pressure on Kalen Ponga, you need to make sure that you can come down and make the tackle. Cook just coming one out. It's exactly what he likes. Come off the left foot. Now they're on the front foot here.
Brodie Jones, who's playing on this left-hand side, he's a very wide and big body as an edge forward. Now through the hands of Cogger. Here's Ponga again, showing it into the backfield. Cogger pushing up in support, and Newcastle extend. Kalen Ponga. It began with him on the kick return, 100 metres away, and there he was again, surging into a hole on that right edge.
Well, 6 runs for this man in the first half, and we see in the Harvey Norman replay, Kalyn Ponga, when he comes off the left foot and really attacks the game, good things come off the back of it. Got the momentum started with a line break. They come out to this right-hand side. He doubled down on his roll, gets in between defenders on the outside of Whiten. And beautiful play back on the inside to Cogger. Really good signs to start this game, particularly in the opening couple of sets for the Newcastle Knights and Kalyn Ponga, and he's just delivered right there.
Very much a Kalyn Ponga set of 6 right there. Realised that the Rabbitohs were battling out there on that left-hand side. And then back on the inside, heard the call of Jack Cogger. Grand final hero right here last October. Scoring here to make it a big lead. Kalyn Ponga trying to push this out to a 14-point buffer as they stay alive, if they get the job done tonight with 2 more games remaining in the race for the top 8. From right in front, no mistake from Kalyn Ponga, and it is a 14-point lead that Newcastle enjoy.
Well, we saw last year Kalyn Ponga and what he was able to do for the Newcastle Knights, and it's very similar. If they are to go on and play finals, it's on the back of that man there. Not much doing to start that set. Created a line break. Have a look at O'Brien. He loves it. Absolutely up and about. Created the line break, and then 2 plays later gets on the outside of Jack Whiten and delivers his team 6 points. Such an influential player within this side.
Wind him up and watch him go. Kalyn Ponga, dynamic at both ends of the field. Big lead now for Newcastle. Daniel Saifiti. And Jacob, of course, serious calf muscle injury. Debatable whether he'd be back on deck at some stage this season, given the injury he suffered in that warm-up a few weeks back now in the game at Penrith. Leo Thompson, though, he's been a regular in the front row all season. Run-on team for Adam O'Brien. Done a good job as well. Graham, the Marzu carry, finds Adam Elliott. Yeah, big meters here and now. Adam Cook has got a problem.
Number 5, just HIA, guys.
There's a head clash, and the referee time off straight away, saying
head, guys, we always
HIA, but
Damien Cook just checking the teeth, making sure that they're all still there.
Kalyn Ponga with the kick. We'll go down here, pressure on Jacob Gagai, who flies for it. They pin him inside the 10, and that's a very good set of 6. Newcastle with the ball off the back of the Cogger try.
Yeah, they need to somehow stop this flow of momentum for the South Sydney. You just see, just catches the back of the head of Elliott.
Loosen the molars there for Damien Cook. Down the left-hand side, here is Dallas Duncan, who works it back towards the 30. Mamazelis, dummy half. Here's Murray out the back. Taking down 10 short of the halfway line here, where Hawkins is pinned to the ground by Elliott. And Whiten, there's some pressure there from Saifiti, hooks it towards the sideline. Oh, Marzu kept it in play. Boy, he saved his own blushes right there. He got a touch in flight and kept it in play before he put a foot over the sideline.
Well, he did extremely well there. Marzu sticks the hand out, it comes off the hand, understands it, has to come up with a miraculous play. He does so. Back on the inside.
For Greg Marzu. He's been sporting the cornrows in recent weeks. He's gone back to the fro this week as Ponga here in this left-hand side. Works it out to Lucas.
Nice observations, was.
It's not my strong suit.
Cornrows and froze.
Not my strong suit, but pretty confident with those couple of calls, Corey. Here's Elliott. A flat ball there. Crossland might have got away with one as Brayley comes back to Cogger now. Towards Jai Gray. Crossland is there, taps it backwards. That's unusual. You don't see the Newcastle Knights do a lot of that. They actually contest the bomb there and almost got a result.
Phoenix Crossland is now, they look to shift wide. He's that type of player. He's tenacious, he competes hard.
Maybe the players have said, we've had enough of that tactic. Let's just go back to trying to catch a bomb and scoring some points.
I like it. I like the play.
They came into this game ranked 17th in attack, averaging just 18 points per game. It's been a problem area for them all season. Now Mamazelos, dummy half, is there. Takes it down to the 40, so he's shaking off the knock to the Barry Beef. He'll play it one more here. Here's Hawkins. Down to Marju once again, all coming through. Gagai looked like a disruptor.
Disruptor.
Oh, no. Yes,
no.
It was only disrupting and nothing else. Come on, Corey.
This has gone. It's all of a sudden back, the disruptor. When was the last time we ever saw a disruptor?
They're challenging. Well, this will be interesting.
Coffee. Got to
See
cut
what the
this
bunker
challenge.
makes of this, but he was
The odd
never
field ruling is
looking at the
penalty
ball.
against
I don't disagree with you, Warren.
But I know what you're
When
saying.
was the last time we saw a disruptor?
Rule was brought in at the beginning of the
been
season.
ridiculous.
And it's been in the back pocket for a long time. But that is the definition of a disruptor there.
Just looking at all available angles to determine if Jacob Gagai is competing for this kick.
Oh, boy. If the bunker overturns this, we're in all sorts of trouble.
Headsets down.
If Jacob pulls his arms away from the contest, which interferes with Greg's ability to catch the ball, creates a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Okay.
He's stopped competing, which is what I ruled, and they've confirmed that, Cam. Challenge is unsuccessful. Penalty.
Well, I know what Cam's thinking.
Well, he's thinking exactly the same as what we're all thinking.
He's thinking like you're thinking. We haven't seen one of those for some time. There it was, the old disruptor. It was an obvious one, wasn't it?
Just when you think you've got a grip.
The Knights work it away. They're back at the halfway line. Here is Thompson now. Lead by 14. We're not quite midway through this second half. Elliott, Ponga, that's the right-hand side. Dane Gagai hitting a good tackle there by Munro.
It's been a nice little battle, Munro and Gagai out on that right edge.
A little weave as he brings it down within 30. Brayley from dummy half. The hands of Ponga, then Elliott, Crossland. Away from the advancing tackle there of Hawkins. One more for Newcastle. Ponga at first receiver on this left-hand side, and he'll put it in the air. Brodie Jones is the man chasing through, and a knock-on by Jake Ray. It comes back to the Knights, and they have thrown the O'Brien rule out the window. They're contesting bombs, getting results. 6 again right here. Crossland to Elliott. It's only taken 25 rounds. Saifidi will play it. Brayley comes to Elliott. Here's Cogger. There's space! 6 points potentially here for Newcastle. 4 for the moment. Cogger scores again. Second try of the game. And it's a very big lead now for the Knights.
Here, Cogger just warming into the contest. And the Newcastle Knights put the kick up. You spotted it. Was there a touch there? Leo Thompson, who's been terrific. Try confirmed. And they come out to the right-hand side. Had him on the back foot. Tane Milne going sideways. Jack Whiten a little tight defensively. And Cogger just splits him. We'll enjoy that.
Well, all season they've been content just to kick and just put a ring around the catcher. They make the catch, then defend the set away from there. But Jones contests the bomb. They get a result. Cogger on the right-hand side of the field splits them. Grabs a double, and boy, tries have been very lean for Jack Cogger throughout his career, but he's got a double here tonight.
Particularly with Jai Gray. He's so small in stature, you're able to get up above and really compete hard for the ball. And it's paid dividends this evening. 30 points to 12, kick to come.
Looking for a 20-point lead. Kalen Ponga provides exactly that. It's 32-12 here at Accor Stadium.
And while that try was being scored and converted, Adam O'Brien has sent on the replacement player, Sebastian Sewer, the 20-year-old, making his NRL debut. Tyson Frizzell forced out by an active foul play. The replacement player activated. Sebastian Sewer is a giant, 198 centimetres, 110 kegs. His dad, Murphy Sewer, a New Zealand Test cricket international during the 1990s. No doubt the whole family proud of their boy, Sebastian Sewer. Welcome to the NRL ranks.
Let's begin the game. Thank you for that, Matt, as the 18th man activated off the back of the high tackle. And the sin binning of Cameron Murray on Tyson Frizzell. Frizzell ruled out of the game as a result of foul play. The 18th man activated, and here he is. He'll play it here, just inside the 30. Margie, strong carry there. He really has revved things up tonight from their own end of the field. And they jump out of dummy half. They turn it over there. Brayley putting it down. Boy, the roll was happening, wasn't it?
Certainly was. Greg Marshall just shot out of a cannon in behind the play the ball, generated some play the ball speed.
Matt, give room, Jack. Wait.
He comes up with it. A chance of the Rabbitohs, and they can do what they did in the first half, get a flow of possession, have a couple of quick tries, game back on for them. But first things first, they need to score, and they get chances like this. Here is Gray, comes out wide to Gagai. Awkward pass to handle there.
Shot clock's on.
It was up around the head. Certainly wasn't the delivery that he was hoping for from Jai Gray. And turn it back over once again.
Still plenty of time left in the contest for South Sydney, but they need to execute their set plays a little better. We see Hornby look on. Roller coaster ride, that is, head coaching.
Had that wry smile a number of times tonight, hasn't he? The story of their season. Here's a bit of a
You all break up, repack
here.
it. You both break then. Stay down. Stay on. Ball in.
He came out eventually pretty cleanly. Double pump from Crossland, and the Knights get possession anyway. So it's sharp at the 20. Broken on that right-hand side, works it forward. And the Knights not that far away, 17 minutes. If they can get the job done from here, from recording win number 10 for the season. The best they can do is 12 wins, 12 losses. With only one spot in the 8.
Shot.
Remaining shots are concerned. Tackle there, wasn't it?
Keep going.
Very good tackle. Chance late in the game. They're alive here in this push for the top 8, the Knights. Last play, Lucas plays it to Brayley. Crossland kicks. Let's see what the story is again. Jones is weaving there again. Brodie Jones is the attacker. He's the man they're kicking for on this left-hand side of the field. Didn't see that in the game plan before tonight.
He's a secret leaper at training, Brodie Jones.
Secret leaper. Been waiting for this chance his whole career. Gets it tonight with the injury to Kai Pearce-Paul. Tyson Frizzell out of the game. For hospital, Pearce-Paul, very nasty gash to the lower leg, as Matt Russell told us. And Dallas Duncan brings it back here within range of the halfway line. There is Tyson Frizzell. Hawkins out here on this right-hand side. Jacob Host used that tackle not that long ago. One more here for Souths. Amazelis down the short side. Hawkins kick out towards the sideline. Margie here under pressure. Did well to slump to the ground as he made the catch. Push towards the sideline. Ponga, here's a chance. Fletcher sharp. I'd like to see him with a bit of room to move because he is a real flyer. Don't let him go with the likes of the Hammer and Jason Saar, but boy, he can run, Fletcher Sharp.
There's been a change here for Adam O'Brien. The Knights. Will Price injected into the contest. He's got a glimpse of what he's able to bring to this team. A number of rounds ago was Brodie Jones up over the 40.
One of those 6 combinations they've had in the halves in 2024. Off the outside of the boot here, it is Price who was pushing through at speed. So was Saifiti. But Munro was there to beat everybody to the ball. And the Rabbitohs have it just inside their own 30. Just under a quarter of an hour remaining. As Jai Gray stands, delivers there. Munro taken to ground. 19-year-old will play it right there. Mamazelos out to Whiten. Classic Jack Whiten try that he scored in the first half. It was a beauty. At that stage, there was an upset on the cards. Murray through the hands to Gray, to Myers, who will be taken to ground here. Back inside the Newcastle 40, though. 2 plays remaining. Hawkins comes back to Mowali. First receiver on the open side. Comes to Hawkins, though, on the short side. He goes out the back to Gray. Myers tips on. Gagai puts a kick in here. Ponga cornered. And does well with good body position there to stay in the field of play, because the Rabbitohs had plenty of bodies there to try and drive him back to force a goal line dropout.
I like the play that we had from South Sydney down this right edge. Play 5 instead of just the orthodox kick. They had an opportunity to run the ball. It was a nice end of set from Jacob Gagai. The longer the game goes, if they want to, and this will help, want to find themselves.
Challenge. Tackle 4. Coffee. On-field challenge. On-field ruling is a knock-on from the Knights in the ruck.
Kalen Ponga there figured that it was worth a shot here. Kepi.
No, that's just a...
Rolled okay there, and then Crossland's pickup was also okay. See Daniel Saifiti saying, "Why the whistle, sir?" On his feet.
Yeah.
Daniel Saifiti maintains possession of the ball and plays the ball correctly. The challenge is successful.
That's a great challenge from Kalen Ponga.
Daniel's going to play the ball. Tackle 4.
One of the rare play the balls we see in the modern game.
With the foot actually,
we talk about disruptors.
The ball.
We've had a disruptor.
Would have been something if he didn't touch it there with a foot and they pinged him for not touching it with the foot. So good challenge by Kalen Ponga and the Knights. Cogger to kick his own 40. Here's Gray. A chance to show what he can do. He won't get it here because Dane Gagai. Nice tackle there, driving up under the ball and puts the diminutive fullback on the seat of his pants. Here's Munro. Well, he can run all ankle tap there by Croker. Might have been a try saver, because Munro versus Ponga was going to be worth the price of admission. Here's Milne. Brings it back midfield, fires a ball out the back, a Hail Mary. Mamazelos, dummy there. Stacked inside the 30 as it comes back to Hawkins. Now Jacob Post at the advantage line. Brings it down within 10. 4 plays gone. A chance for the Rabbitohs. Mamazelos out of dummy half. Here's Whiten again. They did well there, Newcastle. He was determined he was getting in for number 2. Whiten will play it on the last. Kick there from Fletcher. Myers doesn't get through. Well, he's kicking tonight, whether it's off the tee or a general play like that, Fletcher. A couple of moments he'd like over again.
Yes, he's had a couple of unhappy moments with the boot. Fletcher Myers. Things are rolling nicely there for South. Jack Whiten trying hard. It's his 10th run.
Another Fletcher. Sharp it is. Far side of the field, playing it as Crossland, or feeds it back. He hit Adam Elliott right in the bread basket there. And walk forward has been solid through the middle. Let's put it down.
Well, they keep opening the door, the Newcastle Knights. South Sydney Rabbitohs just aren't good enough to go through at the moment. It's been multiple errors from Newcastle. Brian just giving the fingernails a little nibble.
There with Blake Green up in the coach's box, maybe thinking a couple of more sets to push this beyond the Rabbitohs' reach. Not quite there yet. Stop them here. Tapping on the till of 2 premiership points. Mamazelis will play it 25 metres out. Back to Kepi. Roll it forward. Good metres here beyond contact before the Knights respond. And then Hetherington trying to frog march him all the way back to his own goal line. He gets a beanie's bonnet jack. He's a determined man. Hawkins, Whiten comes here to Gagai, who goes to ground. Doesn't come head-to-head with his older brother as yet in the game. Whiten now, crash play there for Murray. Charging hard, good tackle by Sebastian Sewer. It's Whiten, rubbering. Was he onside? Ball planted down by Tallis Duncan. The referee says yes, all good. The Rabbitohs do grab one.
Well, he's been South Sydney's best, Jack Whiten, this evening. Absolutely all over the park. He was out on the right-hand side only moments ago. Swings to the left. Sees that Gagai's come up off the line, just dribbles it onto the left foot. Finds a space beautifully. And Tallis Duncan. 9.5 minutes remaining. Kick to come.
Timing was good from Duncan. Back behind the point with the boot. Made contact with the ball. And he planted it down. So they had to score very quickly. 32-16. I mean, it's still very long odds, but they've given themselves a chance.
They certainly have.
They ought to make a comeback, though. This man, Fletcher Myers, talking about his unhappy night with the boot. He's got to kick them all, quite obviously. He's a good striker of the ball. We've seen that so far since he made his debut not that long ago. 4th game in the NRL here this evening. Drags it to the left-hand side and hits the uprights and stays out. 16 the difference. So they need 3 scores with 8:44 on the clock. Yes, that sums up the night here for Fletcher Myers. Now, Sebastian Sewer has been on the field for just minutes into his NRL career, has been placed on report.
There's contact in that last set on Davey Mawali. It's direct and moderate, so you're going to be in the bin and on report. Yep. No way. I'm not joking. Yeah, you're in the bin.
Sebastian Sewer can't believe it, but he's been placed on report and sin bin for the contact here on Davey Mawali, and flush shoulder to the nose.
See, this is what we all struggle with. I mean, at no stage did anyone stop in the game and think, well, that's 10 in the bin. Peter Parr looks on, perplexed on what has just happened. They go on to score the try over in the left-hand side.
Stay behind you.
And then he gets put in the bin.
Stay on.
So that's going to be it for Sebastian Sewer on debut. He gets sin-binned minutes after coming on and making his NRL debut, and in the flash, just like that, he's gone. It's 13 on 12. Need to score 3 times. Probably can't afford to give the Knights another touch of the ball. So with a 1-man advantage, we'll see what the Rabbitohs have got up their sleeve at the back end of this game. Here's Jacob Host. And now a penalty with the Knights up inside the 10 on this left-hand side. Quite something. They scored 4 tries in a row here to give us a grandstand finish at the back end of the game. They've got 1 of them. They need 3 more. And a couple of conversions as well. There's Kepi. Takes it down here inside the 30. Adam O'Brien doing laps of the coach's box once again. Chewing the nails down to the quick. Rene Mill will play it there. In fact, it was Mawali. Now Murray, only a couple of metres out. Mamazelis from on top of the Newcastle line. Hawkins comes to Gray. Chance there for Gagai. Well stopped by Marju. 4 plays gone for South. They need to retain possession, even if they don't score. Hawkins comes to Murray. Oh, Whiten puts it down. He was thinking about catching. Well, he's knocked it on. White knocked the ball on for your life.
Well, of course he did. The referee didn't blow the call, however. He must have got a call in the ear.
Shot clock's on. Where do you want it?
Jack White, and he's had a terrific game, as to that man on screen.
That'll probably do it now. Knights 32-16 scoreline, 6.5 remaining here. And all eyes will, as far as their fan base is concerned, look ahead to the clash next week. They've got both games to finish the season at home. They take on the Gold Coast Titans next week up there at Donald Jones Stadium, and then finish with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Both of those games eminently winnable.
Well, the race was to lock in that number 8. I mean, it all hinged tomorrow on whether the Dragons can get the job done, but the Broncos, the Raiders, the Knights, all in that race to go into the top 8. We saw in the second game here on Super Saturday, the Melbourne Storm with that convincing victory, 48 points to 6 over the Dolphins, have sewn up their 6th minor premiership with 2 rounds to play. Just quite incredible.
That it is. Now, Kalen Ponga was hit here by Sean Kepi. No complaints there by Ponga, but the contact with the fullback was simultaneous as the kick. Of course, you need to be oh so careful. We see very rarely players actually these days make contact with the kicker for fear of giving away a penalty. He certainly did make contact with the leg there of Kalen Ponga, who didn't have too many complaints, but there was an obvious penalty there if the referee wanted to blow it.
Oh, I'm staying out of it.
Now ball goes to ground. Myers under pressure here will stay in the field of play. A fairly obvious one.
Well, we've seen exactly that. Contact made while kicker in the air has been a penalty. It wasn't that case. Now that Jai Gray goes wide.
Munro stopped just outside his 30 and in fact has knocked it on.
Easy, boys, come on.
The boys getting a bit frisky out there on the far side of the field. Dane Gagai, who's had that running battle with Munro all night. Might have been a bit of advice there from the old bull.
Let's go.
Give a chance here if they come back to the right-hand side to see what he can do with the ball in his hands. Dane Gagai maybe against Tyrone Munro.
Sean,
let's watch it again. Came over here.
So Sean Kepi has just been put on report from the referee on the contact off the kick of Kalen Ponga. Yep, nothing was done. So often we've seen when a kicker kicks up and he's in the air and there's contact to the kick leg, it has been a penalty. I tried to stay out of this. Now he's on report. And South Sydney...
Calm down, heads down.
Put us under your tongue.
I don't know.
We've got 4 minutes.
I don't know.
Has been a confusing night at times. The Knights, they've got it just outside the 20. Brayley, Crossland comes to Hetherington. Midfield situation, the edge of the 20. It's Cogger, turns it back underneath here. With Croker working it forward, 4-man tackle. Stop him there. All hands on deck. Brayley from dummy half runs a long way before he stopped there. Good contact by Host and Kepi. Tackling over the top of the ball there, the big front rower. Play number 5 with the hands of Price. Here's Ponga, has a full 360, still has it, looks for an option, tries to grab her, kick off the boot there of Kepi, falls here for Fletcher Sharp, watch him step and go. He's electric when he gets a chance, comes back to Croker, he does a little dipsy doodle as well, he'll play it about 3 metres out. Another set of 6 here for Newcastle. Now Crossland, big dummy there. Taken to ground by Murray. Brayley comes back out to Ponga, goes wide. Ponga feigns a kick, gives it to Dane Gagai, and won't he enjoy that? He was barking in the ear of Tyrone Munro before he placed the ball down.
We've seen some vintage Dane Gagai this evening. He has been Newcastle's best. second try. He's up over 140 run metres, 8 tackle breaks. This is beautiful work from Cogger. Feigns to kick, has Milne and all sorts. Munro clutching, Gagai looking back, giving him plenty. And that's really nice work from Cogger. The longer the game has gone, the better he's got.
Well, the feign of the kick, that was clever. Watch this, he pretended there. Milne had to square up, and it meant it was a one-on-one tackle between Gagai and Munro. And for the moment, there was a little flare-up again as Newcastle retained possession. You knew he was going to have a crack at the winger once more, who's playing in just his 5th game in the NRL, while Dane Gagai, all 287 games worth of experience and using all of it right there. So puts the cap on a big win here for Newcastle. They've scored short-handed, 12 on 13, just over 2 minutes remaining in the game. And now they'll try and prepare. Boy, if I was Adam O'Brien, the moment Kalyn Ponga takes this kick, I'll take him off the field. I'll play with 11 men before I let him play the last couple of minutes. Bending it in, and it's away to the left-hand side. It stays at 36 points to 16.
Dane Gagai gets the 11th double, premiership double of his decorated career. But let's take stock, have a look at the ladder here. Look at the cluster of teams on the edge of the 8. Brisbane, the Dolphins, Newcastle now, and Canberra. There'll be some people cheering Cronulla in Sydney's Sutherland Shire tomorrow against the Dragons. But you can add to that Broncos fans, Dolphins fans, Knights fans, and Raiders fans. Tomorrow in warm, sunny Wollongong, it's the Dragons against the world.
You better believe it is. They all want to see the Dragons go down. Sunday ticket. Titans and Roosters at 2 p.m, followed by the Dragons and the Sharks. The local dub down there in the Gong. It'll be a beauty. So Brayley through Crossland. Turns out on the left-hand side, where Price turns it on the inside for Brodie Jones, the secret leaper, as he's been dubbed by Corey Parker. Now Hetherington, good carry in behind the play, the ball there. They've got time for one more here. Crossland, they're determined to add to this scoreline, which as far as for and against is concerned, they came in tonight minus 90, the Knights. That might prove crucial depending on what happens over the next fortnight. To minus 70 at the moment. It's Ponga to the sideline. Will take it into touch. They were not risking a kick there. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Kalyn, I'd say just take a seat. Don't worry about the final 40 seconds here.
Just hit the showers, KP.
Go to the showers, get ready. Put him in cotton wool ahead of next week's game against the Gold Coast Titans. That'll be quite the battle, won't it? Keanu Kinney.
Oh, yeah.
Up against Kalyn Ponga. The special Ks going head to head.
A couple of real superstars. KP obviously is there and without doubt, but Keanu Kinney has been outstanding in the #1 for the Titans.
There's one out the back, or ball on the ground, so forward here by Crossland, cleans it up, looking for Fletcher Sharp, couldn't find him, and that'll do it here tonight. After being in trouble midway through the opening half, and the Rabbitohs took the ascendancy, Whiten scored. It was 12 points to 6. The Knights scored twice before the break to regain the lead. And at full time tonight, they've taken down the Rabbitohs 36 points to 16. They are still very much alive in the Premiership race.